Welcome back to the Temple Israel Museum. Today we're going to highlight uh, objects that have to do with Passover that are in the front case. And we could start with the large silver. This is made out of silver. It's a combination Seder plate and also three compartments underneath for the shmura matzahs. When they're together like that, it's called a Passover Compendium or a Passover equipage. And this is from Hanau, Germany, in the late 19th century. And in a typical Germanic manner, it is inscribed with the order of the Passover service. It starts with Kiddush, Orchatz, Karpas, Moror, Matzah, goes all the way through Hallel and then Nirtzah. And again, this is silver. The doors close and lock when you don't use it during the year. Next to it is a pewter Seder plate, also from Germany. Uh, this is from the late 1600s, and the perimeter has circles inscribed with the 10 plagues. You'll see Dom, Tzefadea, Kinim, all around. On this side, on the other side of the case, is a new addition to the museum that's already become one of my favorites. This is a porcelain plate from Carlsbad, uh, dated the Hebrew year 5688, which corresponds to 1927. And also, as the other one, it starts with Kiddush, Orchatz, Kapas, goes all around, Hallel, Shulchan Aruch, ends with Nirtzah. And in the middle, you could see it says Lashona Habor Yerushalayim and Carlsbad 5688. And if you can notice the way the letter Lamed is done, it's done in a very different, very artistic manner. And I'm going to come back to this plate when we're finished. We have a set of 6 different workmen and workwomen who each one is holding one of the foods for the Seder. Egg, shank bone, moror. These are silver, uh, done in the 20s or the 30s. We're not sure if they're American or German. Then there's a small, very artistic moror dish. This is from Poland, also silver, about 1800. In this corner is a pewter matzo meal container from France from the late 19th century. This piece here, and it's inscribed matzo meal, and on the top in Hebrew is the owner's initials. Down here is a small charity box because there's no Jewish holiday without giving charity. And this is not specifically for Passover, but it could be used for Passover. And this is 19th century silver with enamel and some semi precious stones. Must have belonged to a wealthy family. Going to the other side, slowly, uh, there's a large Kiddush cup from Germany, 19th century silver, and this would be used as an Elijah cup. And below it is a small Kiddush cup, possibly for a child, and that shows the Exodus, right? That's this one. It shows the Exodus from Egypt around it, and that's from circa 1900 from Poland. And here is a very interesting piece. It's hard to see because it's small. It's what's called Matzo radel. Radel in Yiddish means wheel. And this was used to make the lines, the perforations in the matzah when they were preparing it. And at the end, there's a Dutch man holding a matzah in his hand. Usually, a matzah wheel was very plain, a wooden handle with just a wheel at the end. It's rare to find something that's decorated specifically for Passover. Coming back to the Carlsbad plate, I want to give a little detail, which is nice to know the history. Carlsbad and Marienbad were the two most important spas for Orthodox Jews from Central Europe and Eastern Europe from the late 19th to mid 19th century through 1938. People went there for the water cures. They would go in the baths. They would drink water. One water was for kidney problems, another liver problems, another arthritis, another rheumatism. Whether they really worked, I don't know. But you often see pictures of very famous Hasidic rabbis sitting on a park bench holding their glass of water, surrounded by their entourage. Now, there were many kosher hotels that catered to the Jewish visitors, and there were also many anti-Semitic hotels, which would not allow Jews to visit there. In the 19th century, in Carlsbad, which is now in Czechoslovakia, they built a very large, beautiful synagogue. In the early part of 1938, Hitler annexed that part of Czechoslovakia. And on Kristallnacht, 1938, the synagogue was burned down completely. Nothing left. So we're fortunate to have this because there were probably at least one shop that catered to Jewish visitors that would have objects that they inscribed Carlsbad as a souvenir that they could use. They made several different types of Seder plates. I've seen the glasses that said Carlsbad. They made challah knives that were inscribed Carlsbad, but there aren't that many left today. And this piece is available for dedication. And I want to mention, if you look at some of the Seder plates on the Jewish Museum's website, they cost more than this cost. So if there's anyone who would like to sponsor a piece, this is a wonderful piece. If you have any questions, we would be glad to take them now.
If anybody wants to raise their hand, or let me ask you, do you have anything that you have your eye on in this area besides that? What are the kind of things that come up for, I guess Seder plates are really the main basic piece that might be of interest to a synagogue. Is there anything else that you've ever seen or that you had in mind that otherwise, you have a Morah, and then you have.
We do have a few other objects in the museum. They just don't fit into the case. We have a nut or spice grinder for Pesach.
Yes.
That's out of brass. We have an Omer calendar also.
Right.
That's in a wood case. And we have an Omer book from the 19th century that's from Italy. So yes, we have a few other pieces. That's Space Villa.
So I'm just saying that thank you very much, David. As always,
You're welcome.
we are with you, waiting till people can see these close up and personal, as you might have found in the expression book. That the time is coming, and we are doing a little more in the synagogue, and we hope that soon we'll all have access and spend time together. And I know, I hope you all have been looking at the messages we have gotten, that you have opportunities to spend time in the sanctuary for this holiday. And this might be a nice place and time to get your feet wet. Another one of my favorite expressions, by joining with those who are coming into the sanctuary. So thank you again, David.
You're
And
very welcome.
we hope to, well, yes, we're going to say thank you in person in the, I hope, the very near future.